We have a December TBR. Thanks to the Tinsel Tales gals, I have it all planned and set up, and I've got a couple extra books I'm going to share that are not officially on the TBR, but I am going for a blackout. I am doing this thing. We made it through December 1st. No accidents. Yay! Okay, so my TBR this month has one Chantal book, and it is part, I made a way to fit it on this Tinsel Tales, and that's it, except I have a book up there, and I have two books somewhere. Yeah, I have two books that I need to read to finish her challenge. One is mostly done, and the other one I haven't even started. So those are not official TBR books, but I do need to finish them so that I can finish out the year, right? So I have I've got my laptop set up and it's all set. So I have my bingo board all prettified. I'll stick it up here. And then I have the prompts so that I don't get them mixed up this time. See, I'm actually on it today. Don't count on this ever happening again. But I'm so excited. I got the Shedifus decorated last night. I need to clean it now, but I got it decorated. So we are in like total Christmas mode. But I've got like stacks here and bags there and stuff there that's just got to get out of here. Because guys, this is my like happy place. And I come in here and I sit down and I don't think a night goes by that I don't just sit here and go, Lord, thank you for this place. Because it is just so, man, it's so heartwarming and cozy, and it has everything that I love in it, and it's all me. I don't have to consider anyone else's comfort, and so I can do what makes me happy, and that is really me-centered, and that's weird, but I don't care since it's mine. If I had to share it, then I would suck it up and, you know, we'd have to do what we had to do. But since I don't have to share it yet, I enjoy it just being mine. So, Tinsel Tales and my TBR. Okay, that's not true. I have already lied to you. I've got skills, people. So I said that this is just the TBR and that's it. And that's not totally true because as I showed you last night, I have my Advent books and one of those books is on this, but the other one isn't. So all the things. Let's start with Tinsel Tales. Let's do that because it's organized and set up, right? And then I will add in the extra few little things that I may or may not get to. Like, I actually have another book that I'm in the middle of. If the Stars Awaken. I need to finish that. And I am loving that, guys. I'm just saying, I am loving that book. But
See, I am so scattered. I've got all the things going on in my mind. We got our tree today, and it's just so pretty. And I think I'll probably share that tomorrow. I'm not going to go back in the house. No, it maybe not until Wednesday. We'll see. Okay, on the Tinsel Tales, number 1 is read a book with Christmas in the title. So mine, I already told you, is going to be Christmas in the Castle Library. This is the book that it's a contemporary story researching a historical event in a fictional country with a castle and a library. And the only way she can do her research for her dissertation is to go over the Christmas holidays. That's the only time they will let her in. And so she goes, and with the help of a research assistant, she's trying to find out about this queen they had that disappeared. I think it was in World War I. Let me see if it says. I'm not sure if it says something about it. Let's see. Yeah, First World War. So, no, and it was at the outbreak, not at the end. So this queen goes missing and nobody knows what happened to her, and it's part of her dissertation. So she goes to go through their library and see if she can solve this case. So, very contemporary, but doesn't it look like historical? I'm like, so excited. And I feel like, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this was her debut novel. She may have written other things, but I think this was her debut novel. Don't quote me on that. So anyway, I'm really excited. That is book 1. I'm going to move my trash can so I can set my books here. So Christmas in the title, Christmas in the Castle Library. Now, a book that has been on my TBR since last Christmas. And that one is another one I've been dying to read. Baby, It's Cold Outside by Susan May Warren. This is an older copy. It has a new illustrated style copy today. So if you see a different cover, that's why. But this one, I'll read. I'll just read. It says, 5 strangers with broken hearts, 1 raging blizzard. Baby, it's cold outside. So, Dottie Morgan has no desire to share her home or her heart this Christmas. After all, her holiday spirit froze over when she lost her son in World War II. But when the blizzard of the decade descends on Frost, Minnesota, trapping Dottie in her home with 4 near strangers, she discovers that opening her door might also open her heart to a miracle and a new reason to celebrate Christmas. So, I mean, come on. Doesn't that just sound amazing? And I've been wanting to read this. I think this is the 3rd year now. I think I got it year before last. And I got it, I think, I'm going on total memory, which you can't trust anymore. But I think I got it near the end of 2022. So I was going to try to finish it, read it, and I couldn't make it happen. So then last year I put it on the list, and then last year happened. So it's here again, and dad burn it, I'm going to read this sucker. So that's going to be my book for, book that's been on your TBR since last Christmas. Then the 3rd one is Read a Holiday Romance. This is another one that was on my TBR last Christmas that didn't happen. All's Fair in Love and Christmas, and I really wanted to read this because I think this is a rom-com. It's got all my goodies. I think there's a recipe card. Yeah, but I think rom-com and romance and we do well. And then also she is a neurodivergent character. And this is a book, if I recall, I should just read it. But this is a book where these two are both given the task to go all out for Christmas, and whoever does the best for the office party thing or office whatever it is, they get this promotion. And so they're like rivals, and yet maybe not. So it says, 2 workplace rivals. I guess they're rivals. 1 festive competition and a romance that upends it all. Every Christmas, 2 things are guaranteed for graphic designer Mackenzie Graham. Christmas celebrations and the annual promotion at her workplace. Those 2 things are by no means mutually exclusive. In fact, the better an employee is at harnessing the Christmas spirit, the more likely they'll win the new job. With her social anxiety, okay, she's not neurodivergent. She has social anxiety. got that wrong. Who had the one? Oh, Amanda True in Under the Christmas Star. She has a neurodivergent character, if you're looking for one. That I keep getting these two mixed up and I don't know why. No, Mackenzie has social anxiety. With her social anxiety, Mackenzie never thought she'd be a contender in her company's holiday competition. So how exactly has she found herself dueling her workplace crush with wrapping paper tubes and using tinsel as her weapon of choice for a much needed raise? And I'm going to stop there because that's enough. I'm dueling. This is like, welcome to the Havoc House, because wrapping paper duels are a thing around here. So I had to do it, right? I had to do it. So this one will be my Christmas romance. And then it says to read the nativity. Where's my Bible? So I will read the nativity. So I will read the nativity. I'm going to do that. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So there's that. And then you have this free square. It's a gift. And one of these days, I'm going to do a bingo board, and you're not going to get a free square. Dad, Bernie, you're going to have to work for that whole thing. But no, yeah, it's a free square, and nope, didn't do it. So, but then the next one is read a book with a festive cover. And I decided I wanted my Let Earth Receive Her King to be this prompt because A, I'm going to be reading it anyway. It gives me credit. But also B, because that is one festive cover. It's beautiful. I love it. And it's not the kind of festive cover I usually am drawn to. I'm usually drawn to something more like maybe like this one. You know, that's more festive to me. But I decided, nope. This one, and I almost did this one, but I didn't because I really wanted this to be on this bingo board. And so, Dad, burn it, it's on the bingo board now. So this is just the Alistair Begg Advent Devotional. It's not very long, it's just a couple pages every day, but it looks like it's got some depth, which I was all for. So there's that. Then number 7 is read a Christmas book that has been adapted into a movie. Guys, there wasn't one I wanted to read. I'm just going to be brutally honest. There are a lot that I could have read. There's a lot of Christian, like Nancy Nagel, for one, has a ton. Robin Jones Gunn has quite a few. I mean, there are a lot of Christian authors who have Christmas books that have been made into movies. Rachel Houck has her Prince one. Did one of those become a Christmas one too? I don't know. So there's quite a bit. But I don't really want to watch any of them. None of them pull me in and say, yes, I want to watch this. And I really struggled. I was like, what do I... And so I did. I went and I looked at my shelf and I'm like, which book up here do I both want to read or reread and also want to see as a movie? And those who know me probably know where I'm going with this. But I've actually got 2 options. I'm going to share one and then I'll show the one that I'm doing. But I just got finished reading Christmas Camp by Kathy Swanson. This book is so funny. This book feels like what a Hallmark movie should be because it has all the fun vibes. I mean, they go all out trying to do all the Hallmarky kind of things. But there is depth and richness more than the formula that Hallmark has. And I mean, Hallmark's formula works. I mean, people love those movies for a reason. And I'm not complaining about the reason, but I like a little bit more depth. And if I could choose, there are 2 Christian fiction books that if I could see them made into a movie tomorrow, this would be one of them for Christmas. I mean, for the Christmas one, it would be this one. Because this just screams, yes, all the classic, cheesy, wonderful things that people do in those movies. Let's make a snowman. Let's do the thing. And let's do the other thing. And let's, all of it. Let's do it all, even when it doesn't work. It's just all the fun stuffness, right? So this definitely, what this is, I haven't even told you about the book. So what Christmas Camp is this gal is an event planner. what is her name? Julia. She is an event planner. She works for her grandmother, and the grandmother has decided to upgrade a camp in, is it Minnesota or is it Wisconsin? I think it's in Wisconsin. Does it say? Yes, Wisconsin. So it's a broken down Wisconsin deer camp. It says right here on the back. It says so right there. And they're in Georgia. So what they're doing is the grandma has found families who need a break this Christmas and who have never had a white Christmas. So she sends her niece up to revamp and revitalize this deer camp. And then once it's all fixed up, they're sending these families who've never had a white Christmas to Wisconsin for a white Christmas. And there's no snow, of course. And then all the things happen, and then the snow does come, and all the things happen. And then there's a whole story within the story within the story. And it's a beautiful story. There's depth to it, and yet it is still lighthearted and fun. And so just throwing that out there. This one I would love to see as a movie. The other one that I would love to see is Carrie Trumbo's Sweet Rivals from the Independence Island series. That book is just a Hallmark movie in pages. And yet, again, there's this extra depth to it. But it's so much fun. It's this island, and this is the commercial island where all the tourists go. And this gal's got herself a great florist shop. She's got herself, hotel businesses, and she's doing well until one of those chain florists comes in. And when this chain florist comes in, someone that she met at a wedding is going to be managing it. And now she's like, this guy that she had been interested in and then didn't see again is now managing the store that will drive her out of business and all that goes with it. But there's this like curmudgeonly middle-aged woman. I mean, she acts like she's 80 and bitter on life, and yet you get this story, and it's such a beautiful story. So love it. Sweet Rivals. I would love to see that as a movie so bad. And Christmas Camp. Yeah. I think I might want Snow Angels more, frankly, but Christmas Camp is doable. Both of those books are so very doable as movies. I can see, that you don't have to have enormous casts of characters. You don't have to have really difficult to shoot places, all that kind of stuff. I mean, my mind has done and I know nothing, right? But my mind has done the research, trying to figure out just what would work. And I think both of them could be done. I would love to see them done. But anyway, but the one that I am going to read that I would love to see made into a movie, shocker of shockers, is 2 Tickets to the Christmas Ball. This book I read almost every year. I love it so much. It's not the best written book on the planet, but it is the most delightful, heartwarming, pull you in, you can't put it down. And yeah, I better close it before I start, because once I start, this will be one of those ones that I don't read 5 chapters a night. This will be one of those books that I just say, okay, tonight all I'm reading is this, and I'm going to read it and be done. And I'm going to love it. So in this one, in case you haven't heard me go on and on and on about it, or in case I've never actually read the synopsis, I'm going to read a little bit of the synopsis, because why not? Mischievous matchmakers, 2 tickets, 1 unlikely couple. An evening for romance at the annual Christmas ball. In a sleepy, snow-covered city, Cora Crowder is busy preparing for the holiday season. As she searches for a perfect gift, a fortuitous trip to Warner, Werner, and Wisboterdod's, a most unusual bookshop, leads to an unexpected encounter with co-worker Simon Derrick, and the surprise discovery of a ticket for a truly one-of-a-kind Christmas ball. Oh, drat. Okay, I'm going to read the next paragraph. Every year, the matchmaking booksellers of the Sage Street Bookshop host an enchanting, old-fashioned Christmas ball for the romantic matches they've decided to bring together. And it's a bit of magical realism, and it's just delightful, and I love it so much. So this is my, instead of read a book and watch the movie, this is the book I'm going to read that I wish I could watch the movie for. Okay? Any movie makers out there want to make me very happy this Christmas, this would be the one. And look at that. It's got a very similar spine to Baby It's Cold Outside. Okay. Then number 8 is read a book with either snow on the cover or in the title. I can't find my copy. It's buried in the back room with, you know how I said I couldn't get in there. I made it in and I got some of this, but I can't get to where it is. But I have it, and if I have to order an Audible copy or if I have to go, you know, buy another copy and give it away, I don't care. I'm going to read Christmas on Jane Street. My cover has a white cover that where everything is set against white like snow. But the other cover has like the old brownstones that you would see in New York, except that they're more terracotta color on this one, but then there's snowflakes. So I count it as both covers having snow, but I went to read Christmas on Jane Street because yes. And I read a really funny article from someone who lives in the neighborhood. Most of that neighborhood just loves this family so much. And they just, I mean, they let them come in and use the restroom, and they let them use their electricity to do stuff. And it's like every year. This gal doesn't like them. And she gets really annoyed. And it's a funny article. If I can find it again, I'll put it in the show notes. Because it's a hoot to kind of see another perspective. But she's like, I'm avoiding Christmas until they're out of here. It's so funny. So I'll have to try to remember to put that in the description. Because it's just... I was surprised. I was like, okay, this is funny. So that's going to be my snow on the cover, if I can find it. Hi, how you doing? Okay, so then finally, read a Christmas mystery. This one counts for 3, technically. So this is going to be one of the first ones I read because it counts for 3. This is my Chantal Reads All Day, and it has Christmas in the title. It was on my TBR last year, and it's a murder mystery. So, right? I mean, so this will definitely have to be the first one I read because, yeah. So, this one is the one, I've already read it recently, but I'll give a little tiny quick something. In this clever reimagining of Charles Dickens's life, he and his fiancée, Kate Hogarth, must solve the murder of an old miser just before Christmas. And I believe Jacob Harley, the business partner, falls out a window. So we're going to find out what's going to happen in this one. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I wanted to read this so bad last year, and I found another one when I was back there that I wanted to read last year, and it was so hard not to. But I also have Winter Fire, G.K. Chesterton, Christmas with G.K. Chesterton, and it has daily readings, one for each day of the month, not just for Christmas, except it's not technically a whole month because it stops on the 30th. I'm just saying. But then there are poems, essays, short stories, recipes, games, and traditions. I will probably try to do some of the things in here as well. Just kind of meander through the second half. But look, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. I was going to see if I could find a couple of the other ones because they didn't get to show all the good ones last night. But they have all these really pale ones. But they also have some pretty bright ones. Very Victorian. Yeah. So this is definitely on my TBR as well. Advent books. And I usually am pretty good about making sure no matter what I do the Advent books. Then I have left just a few books over here to play with. I don't want to forget, I need to read When Books Went to War to finish off Chantal, because I haven't done that yet. But I also have a little stack, just a little mini stack of books that I might want to pick up if I run out of books. So Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol. Scrooge. I have to redeem old Scrooge. The one man I knew who was worse than I was. Impossible. And I don't know anything more, but I heard some fun things about it. Sounded like it was pretty good. And there are even a few illustrations. How do I not remember that? What's over here? I missed one. So this is one that I heard good things about, so I got it. And then, obviously, Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austin. I talked about that a lot. Also, On That Night by Elizabeth Yates. If I can't find Christmas on Jane Street and I decide I don't want to spend the money on another one or on an Audible, I can read On That Night. There's definitely snow on here. It says, among the many legends that have to do with Christmas Eve, there is one that says, on that night, lost things are found again, which kind of has a biblical analogy to it if you think about it, because on that night, lost people. Yeah, I like this. Anyway, and then also I have my little book of Christmas poems that I will probably pull from, and I will probably read a couple for Bookmas. So that's what I am doing for December. Are any of these books I'm not going to like? Do I need to put some of these back and try something else? What do you think? They're just sliding all over the place because the bottom is so floppy. But this is what I've got. Trying to hold it steady. And yeah, so if any of those I'm not going to like, I would love to know it now while I have time to find a replacement. But if there are some that I need to read first other than this one, because this one I think I need to read first, unless that's the one I'm not going to like, then by all means, do let me know. I'm not going to keep holding it because ouch. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with, I'm going to give you a hint. It's 3 books / authors and what I think of them. And that's all I'm telling you. So I need to go film that one. So I'm going to say good night. And I will see you tomorrow. And I hope your December TBR is as fabulous as I feel like mine's going to be. So excited. See you later. Okay, Advent day 2. See, I got day 1's embroidery done. My O is terrible, but I'm okay with that. Because so what, right? And then I'm going to open this back up again, except it just doesn't want to stay up. And find that 2 again. It's right here. I'm going to put this in here so I don't get it all dirty. Okay, so we have day 2. You always save your little ribbons and leftover strings and things. She tells you to do that, and there's a reason, and it's pretty cool. I'm having trouble getting this box open. It does not want to open. There we go. All right, here's my instructions. Oh, I think I know what this is. Okay, making sure there's no extra little gobbledyes in there, but I know what this is. And it's a smart day to give it. Yikes. Okay, all closed back up. This, I bet, is the needle paper. It was last year anyway. Yeah. Isn't that cute? See if I can show it better. Yeah, see, so it's just a magnet, but what you do, let's say we don't have that pinned in there, Put your little needle on there. See, like so. But that will slide, right? But if I put this underneath it, then it's not going anywhere. So that's super cute. I'm excited. Okay. I can't remember what last year's was. I think it was a stocking. I think I had a stocking last year. I like the little gingerbread house a lot. Okay. Then we have day 2 of this. That one's pretty. All right. Looks like we have another pen. Okay. Well, I don't think I will ink this one up because I don't need another pen inked. And I live where it's really dry, so ink does dry out well. It's really funny. Green and blue are my favorite colors. And pink is not. I don't dislike pink like most of my girls don't like pink. I don't dislike it. But I don't know if you can see. It looks more blush to me in the viewfinder, but it's a pale pink, not quite millennial pink, but it's a pretty color. But I think I'm just going to set this aside because I don't need to fill it up. But it might be a fun thing to put in a stocking, or I can put that other one already filled in a stocking and keep this one. So that's cool, but I'm kind of surprised. Anyway, so day 2, we have day 2, and we'll be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.